So, welcome everybody and everybody who's going to be joining throughout today. I wanted to offer some morning warm-ups, voice warm-ups for everybody during this time for a few reasons, partly because I think people can use it. As we're starting our day, it's helpful to connect to our voices and our breath and our body. And maybe a bit selfishly, it's going to help me get out of bed early so I don't sleep in. I know I've been doing that this past week. So anyway, I wanted to offer these warm-ups, and we'll see where they go. And you can feel free to join me for as long or as little as you'd like to. And I could do just a straightforward 30, 45 minute warm-up every day, but I thought it would be nice if today and maybe throughout this week started a bit more slowly, a bit more mindfully, and go back to the foundations of the voice work. And as we do more of this, I'll add more to the progression, and eventually we'll have a full vocal warm-up. So if you've never done any voice work before, that's okay. If you have done voice work before, either with me or with another Linklater teacher or other kind of voice work, that's okay too. So we'll be building the foundations of this as we go. And if you have any questions as we go throughout, please leave me a comment. I don't know that I'll be able to look at them the entire time. Hi, Jordy and Michael. But I'll certainly get back to you in the comments later. And if you have any requests, anything you'd like to see, let me know. And Kiki's going to be this way. There's Kiki. She's going to be joining us throughout the warm-up. She loves doing banana stretch, particularly. She's very good at it. So yeah. But as I said today, I really want to keep things simple and take stock of where we're at. And just individuals in this time, and think about what might be really useful for us. And the thing that I always come back to, and what my teachers would always say to us, is when in doubt, go back to breath. And I know that I have been in an interesting relationship with my breath recently. I've been negotiating a lot of how much information I take in on a daily basis through social media or through other news outlets or even through other people. And I've had to create a sort of limit to that. I find myself sort of incessantly checking social media outlets to figure out what's going on. And that's caused a lot of stress and anxiety in me. And you might share that feeling as well. And I was recently talking to a friend who said that a lot of what they've been taking in has been causing their breath to become really shallow, really high in the body, and taking them into a sort of state of panic. And you may have felt that. So in reaction to these stressors, what the body tends to do is we tend to brace against it, perhaps, and that might cause the breathing muscles, the abdominal muscles, the muscles in the ribs to tense and sort of brace against what's going on, so that we don't breathe as deeply. I'm going to be talking about some things, and again, if you haven't done this work before, it may not make complete sense, but of course, leave me a comment and I can answer it later. But when we experience these things and the body braces against it, it creates tension in the body. And if our abdominal wall is tensing, then we won't breathe as deeply and as fully. And then we won't maybe feel that feeling as deeply because we may not like what we're feeling. And that might be really good for us in the moment. That might serve us. That might be a thing that we need to have happen in that moment. I don't need to feel that stress. I don't need to feel that feeling. But then what I find happens to me is the breath comes into that really high, shallow place in the upper part of the lungs and in the bronchial tubes. And then I feel myself in this sort of heightened state of panic. And I don't like that feeling. So I have to go back to breath. I have to go back to relaxation. So maybe even as I'm talking about this right now, before we actually get into the practice for today, check in with the state of your stomach muscles. See where they're at right now. Notice if they're tense, or notice if they're relaxed, or any state in between that. And notice if things have shifted when you brought your attention to that place in your body. So going back to this feeling of relaxation in the middle can be really helpful. And I find that when I'm coming into that high place, into that panic mode, I don't think as rationally. I tend to spiral downward in my emotional thoughts, and that's not helpful right now. It's not serving me. So today, as I said, I want to go back and do some simple relaxation and breathing exercises that I hope you'll find useful. And again, for my former students, this will be a refresher. But for those of you who've never done voice work in your life, I'll keep things hopefully very straightforward. But if you have any questions, let me know. So I'd like to, hi Sarah, hello Sofochka. I'd like to start standing today. So we're all going to be working in different spaces, so hopefully you have room to stand, and hopefully I'll be able to position the camera so you can see me. Hi Paula. So we're going to stand today, and if you can't hear me for some reason, please let me know, and I'll try to look at the comments as I do this. Okay. Okay. Hello, Silvio. Okay, so I apologize. You probably won't be able to see my full body in this, but I will talk you through what we're going to do. So find a place where you can stand comfortably. And I will try to figure out another way where you can see my whole body. And as you stand comfortably, just feel your feet on the floor. Whatever floor that you might be standing on, it might be a hardwood floor, it might be a carpet or a rug. But take a moment to feel the support of the floor underneath your feet. And just know that you're being supported by the floor underneath you. Now open your feet a little wider. And we're going to begin today with some very easy yawning and stretching. It's 8:20 in the morning, so it might not be so hard to feed in a yawn. So begin by feeding in a yawn and a stretch through any part of your body that feels it needs it. And when that impulse is over, let that yawn and stretch go. And again, feed in an impulse for a yawn and a stretch through whatever part of your body might be yearning for a little stretch or a big stretch. And let it go. Apologies, you're all seeing my belly this morning. And again, yawn and stretch one more time through your body. and then let it go. Good. And notice if after those few yawns and stretches, notice if you feel any different. Notice if your body feels a bit more awake. Notice if you feel a bit more stretch, a bit looser. Maybe you feel a bit more energized. So take stock of where you're at right now. So we'll do this one more time, and I encourage you to feel to stretch any part of your body, your leg, even though you can't see my legs, stretching your back, stretching your arms, stretching your neck, whatever your body needs right now. But as we yawn and stretch, know that your yawns and stretches have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So when we're yawning and stretching, we're not yawning and stretching and then, holding it and going on and 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 on. And it's like, when is breakfast going to be ready, sort of a thing. But when we're yawning and stretching, there's an initial impulse that takes you into the stretch. There's a peak of the impulse. And then when that impulse is over, just return to relaxation. So let's try that a few more times. Yawning and stretching through any part of your body that needs it right now. And let your yawns and stretches have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So here we go. Feeding in a yawn and a stretch. And letting it go. And again, yawning and stretching. And one more time. Yawn and stretch. And then let it go. And again, take stock of your body. See how you feel. Did those yawns and stretches give you a bit more space? Do you feel a bit more energized? Do you feel a bit looser? Maybe you feel a bit more relaxed. And now if there's any part of your body that still needs a little TLC, tend to that part of your body now. Maybe your leg needs a stretch. Maybe that right shoulder, that's my right shoulder, it's the left for you. My right shoulder, maybe your right shoulder needs a bit more love and attention. So take a moment for yourself and tend to any part of your body that needs it right now. And I'm going to do the same. All right, good. So now, if you have the balance, you can pick up your foot. If not, you can brace yourself on a wall, or you can sit down to do this. But if you'd pick up one of your feet, like so, and bring one finger onto the ball of your foot, bring your middle finger, I'll show you here, onto the outer edge underneath your pinky toe, and then your thumb right into the center of your heel. So those 3 points there. Give those 3 points a little press. Okay. Put that foot down, and then pick up your other foot. Bring your first finger onto the ball of the foot, your middle finger below the pinky toe, on the outer edge of the foot, and your thumb right into the center of the heel. And give those 3 points a little press. Okay, put that foot down. So think of these 6 points really, as your tripod points. So just like a camera has a tripod and it balances on that tripod, think of these 6 points as your own tripod points that you can balance on top of. So bringing your feet under your hip sockets, whatever that means for you right now. Find your weight balanced over these 6 points. And you may for a moment want to play around with what does that mean. So maybe you give the heel points a little bit more of your weight. And I'll show you from the side. Give your heel points a little bit more of your weight. So you feel what that's like. You may start to feel that the backs of your legs start to tense as a byproduct of this. And then come off of that. And then give the forward points a bit more of your weight. See what that's like to be off balance. And you might start to notice that very quickly the fronts of your legs start to grip, start to tense because of this. And then come off of those points. And then play for a moment with letting the, I guess I'll mirror you. So I'm going to the left, but it looks like I'm going to the right on the camera. So coming to the side and letting those side points get a bit more of the weight. And you might notice that as you take yourself off balance, that the muscles on the side that's getting the weight start to tense in reaction to this. So this is creating tension in the body. And we were talking earlier about tension in the breathing area and how that affects the breath. So that's not going to serve us right now. Let's come off of that and try the other side just for the sake of scientific exploration. And then come back off of that. So now see if you can find yourself balanced over those 6 tripod points. Standing comfortably. Standing comfortably with a long spine. Letting your knees be soft here, not locking in the knees. I know you can't really see my knees here. But letting your knees be slightly soft, without a big plie or a big bend in the knees, and without locking them, but soft knees here, long spine. You're going to let your head drop forward to your chest, very heavily. Good. And now you're going to let the weight of your head start to take you down your spine, vertebra by vertebra, keeping your weight over those 6 tripod points. Your knees will bend a little bit more perhaps as you drop down your spine, letting the weight of your head take you down towards gravity. And I'll probably drop out of frame as I do this, all the way down until it feels like you're hanging from your tailbone, like your tailbone is the highest part of your body. And you may have noticed that your weight wants to come back more into your heels. So if that's happening, let the weight come a little bit more forward so you're staying more over those 6 tripod points. Your knees are still slightly soft, not too much of a bend in the knees. I know this might be quite intense for some of you in the backs of your legs and your backs of your hamstrings. And just take a moment to relax down here. Let your torso relax to gravity. Your lower body is in a state of anti-gravity. It's going against gravity. And your torso has relaxed to the floor, to gravity. And now bring your attention to the base of your spine and start to come back up. Start to rebuild your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Your legs might shake a bit, as mine are doing. Keep your knees soft and come up just to your head, drop to your chest. And when you've come up with your head drop to your chest, again, feeling those tripod points on the floor and your weight balanced. Now think into your neck spine and float your neck spine back and up until it's just in alignment with the rest of your spine. Okay, we'll try that again. And I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me from the side. So again, standing comfortably with your weight balanced over your 6 tripod points. A long spine, knees gently soft. Let your head drop heavily forward to your chest. And now feel the weight of the head pulling at the base of the neck. And now let the weight of your head start to take you down your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Let your arms fall away from your body so they're not holding in towards your body. Your arms fall away, your knees are soft. You're dropping down, 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 down towards the floor. And there may be a moment in your lower spine where you feel the urge to just drop until you're hanging from your tailbone. I'm going to look up so we can see it. There we go. And take this moment with your torso drop to gravity to just let gravity relax your upper body. Knees still slightly soft. And as you hang there, a gentle nod yes with your head. A gentle nod no, so that you check that your neck is free. And now, thinking into the base of your spine, start to rebuild your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Negotiating that balance in your tripod points as you come up. Coming up just to your head, drop to your chest. And with your head drop to your chest, think into your neck spine and float your neck spine back and up until it's just in alignment with the rest of your spine. Okay. And shake a foot out. And shake a foot out. And come back to standing comfortably. Okay. Right, and just see if those few spinal articulations that we've done, if how you feel. If your body feels a bit more relaxed, if your spine might feel a little bit looser. So again, standing comfortably, feet underneath your hip sockets, weight balanced over those 6 tripod points with your long spine. Soften your knees. Think into your buttock muscles and let them soften and relax. And see if you can do this without letting your spine collapse. So often as we start to relax the outer layers of muscle in the body, parts of our spine want to get sympathetic to it, and so they want to collapse with it. So see if you can resist that. So standing with your long spine, weight balanced over your tripod points, your knees soften, relax. Your buttock muscles soften. Think into your belly muscles and let your belly muscles soften and relax. Let the muscles of the chest relax. And again, don't let your spine become sympathetic here. Keep the energy in your spine. Let your jaw relax. Let your tongue relax. Let your forehead and eyebrows relax. So your support structure is really your spine. And we're asking the outer layers of muscle in the body to soften and release. So we're going to do that spinal articulation one more time, dropping down and coming up. And as you do that, keep some attention on those muscles that you've just relaxed and see how relaxed that they can be as we do this. So let your head now drop heavily forward to your chest. And let the weight of your head start to take you down your spine one more time. Your belly muscles stay soft. Your knees stay soft. Dropping down, 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 down. Until again you're hanging from your tailbone. Maybe noticing here that the backs of your legs are getting a stretch. Your belly muscles are relaxed. Now, if you can reach, bring your hands up to your back. And if you can reach down to where your tailbone is, just give that area a little scrub, a little warm scrub. Sort of warm up that sacral area. And with loose fists, a gentle thump, 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 thump. And then lay your hands on your back bottom ribs and feed in through your mouth a deep down sigh of relief on breath. One more time, feeding in that deep down sigh of relief. Feel that breath coming into your hands and then dropping past your lips to gravity. Then drop your arms, leaving your belly free. Start to come back up through your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Buttocks stay free, jaw stays free. Tongue is relaxed, coming up to your head, drop to your chest. And then think into your neck spine and float your neck spine back and up until it's just in alignment with the rest of your spine. If you feel that your legs have started to stiffen or tense, just give them a gentle shake out. Shake a foot. Shake a foot. Good. And then stand comfortably. And now lick your lips. Give them a smack. And blow through them. Keeping that long spine, soft knees, soft belly, buttocks relaxed. Now you can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open, but bring your attention now to your breath. Notice the air coming in and out of your body. Perhaps you notice that your mouth is closed and the breath is coming in and out through your nose. Or perhaps your mouth is open and the breath is coming in and out through your mouth. But however breath is entering and leaving you, pay attention to it. And see if you can do that without doing anything about your breath for the moment. Just notice your breath. And if your mouth is closed at the moment, see if you can allow your mouth to gently open with lips slightly parted. And feel the cool incoming air coming in through your mouth, dropping down into your middle, where it turns to warm breath. And then that warm breath releases back out past your lips. And then there's a moment of nothing, where you're not breathing. And all you're doing is waiting for the next impulse for breath. And you don't have to do anything about it. Your body knows how to do this. And at some point, another cool breath comes in through the mouth, drops into your middle, and then warm breath releases back out past your lips. And then there's a moment of nothing. So paying attention now to this natural breath rhythm, as we call it. Breath comes in. Breath releases out. Moment of nothing. And you can even start to bring your attention now to what's happening in your middle. And if you want to bring a hand onto your middle, you can do so. Feeling as the breath comes in, moving the belly out into your hand a bit. Not because you're gripping with your abdominals, but as the breath comes in, gives the belly a little gentle push as it makes space for the breath. And as the breath releases out, your belly relaxes back into its place. And now into this natural breath rhythm, feed in an impulse for a deeper sigh of relief on breath. And let your hand drop. If your eyes are closed, you can start to gently open. And from inside to out, feed in a yawn and a stretch through your body. Breath coming in. And let it go. And then shake your body loose on a big, big sigh of breath. Okay. So we're at 36 minutes, so I think that's going to be our practice for today. I hope you got something from this today. I had planned to go further, but that's how it goes. So tomorrow I'll be back at 8 a.m. and I'll be being interested in a bit more breath work. So hopefully you feel, in fact, I should say, take a moment to check in with yourself. Take a moment to notice where you're at. Notice your breath. Notice any differences from when you began today, even if you began somewhere in the middle of this, and where you're at now. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Hopefully you feel a bit more space, a bit more relaxation. So if you find yourself throughout the day or throughout the week, as I was feeling, taking on a lot of this external stuff. Notice where your breath is at. Notice the state of your belly muscles. See if you can relax and go back to breath. When in doubt, return to breath.